as E3 2021 gets closer and closer to actually being a thing, I decided to, kind of look at what could potentially be at E3 by Bethesda. And, in my wish list or what to expect video, I actually talked about how a Fallout 4 Special Edition could come out with the possibility of a co-op feature. Now, of course, for those of you who didn't know, Fallout 4 was actually originally supposed to be co-op, but they actually changed it, and then, of course, eventually that co-op slash multiplayer furthermore was released into an actual game, which was, of course, Fallout 76. Now, of course, I'm going to actually look back at this old article from 2015 by GamerRanks, where they pretty much said during pre-production of Fallout 4, Bethesda actually tossed around a number of ideas relating to the possible inclusion of the multiplayer mode. According to its developers, adding a multiplayer mode into the game is something they've wanted to do with each and every one of their titles, and just imagine what it would be like, presumably even Skyrim or a Fallout game. Of course, now we don't have to imagine what that'd be like because we've seen Fallout 76, which, of course, again, is not exactly something to be really excited about. Of course, Fallout 76 was a terrible game for the longest time. It is actually looking to be, quite alright right now, but it got me thinking, now that Bethesda do have the co-op slash multiplayer feature working extremely well with Fallout 76, could they actually slap this on to Fallout 4? And the answer is yes, because the engines are pretty similar, if not the exact same, to, the Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 engines. And considering the PS5 and Xbox Series X are both out now, which are the next generation consoles, it is really hinting that we could get a Fallout 4 Special Edition. And there are a lot of facts to prove this. Again, when PS4 and Xbox One rather came out, Bethesda actually put the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim on there as a special edition to see how it would go, potentially porting games. Of course, it was a huge success, and a lot of people still play the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition, so you'd think they do the same with Fallout 4. Plus, they could sell Fallout 4, get more funding for their other, games, and just make Fallout 4's graphics a whole lot better, add better mod support, make sure that the mods, could potentially be larger, maybe revitalize the Creation Club, maybe even add a new DLC, which would be really, really cool and absolutely fantastic if they, of course, did do that. And again, I think the feature that a lot of people would like is actually a co-op. Now, I'm not saying a full-on multiplayer like Fallout 76, because I think that would be bad. I think that I don't think you can really have that on Fallout 4. Again, it'd be kind of cool, but it kind of takes away the charm from Fallout 4, whereas though I don't think a co-op actually does. I think adding a co-op into the game would be a very clever idea, as if you can play with, who knows, up to 4 people, that would be a really, really cool thing. Imagine 4 people together completing Fallout 4. It would be really, really cool. They also do have, much more updated technology, like, the instance kind of things that we've seen a lot in Fallout 76, where you can actually talk to someone and the other person can, join into the conversation, especially if they're, in your squad and they can hear what you're hearing. I definitely think we could see that feature actually be ported over to Fallout 4 as well. And I think this would be really good, considering it was reported that the actual reason that Fallout 76 was released is to see how multiplayer could go, but also to actually get more funding for Starfield, a potential Starfield sequel, Fallout 5, and the Elder Scrolls 6. You'd think that they'd still be looking for funding, and if you release a Fallout 4 Special Edition, and all you do is, maybe update the graphics, add much more better mod support, bigger mods, update the Creation Club, maybe add another DLC, and add co-op, you're going to make a lot of money, and I could see that being, a big reason for funding for the, next upcoming games that they do have. Plus, I honestly could see Fallout 4 Special Edition blowing up. If you added, a DLC, more mods, a co-op feature, update graphics, etc., people are going to play that. I could see 5 to 10 million loyal Fallout 4 fans potentially going out and buying it. Considering it was reported a couple years ago that more than 25 million people had bought Fallout 4, I would see it being up to 30 to 35 million right now. I reckon at least 30% of those players would still be interested in, rebuying Fallout 4 as, maybe updated graphics again, everything that I mentioned earlier. And again, there would literally no reason for Bethesda not to do this. Not just that, let's just say you slap a $100 price tag on this game. Not only would you get 5 to 10 million people that bought it, but if you added another DLC and multiple new creations, then not only would people buy those multiple new creations in the DLC, but people would go back and rebuy the old DLC and also rebuy, potentially new creations. There is a way that Bethesda could turn this. If you're going to release a special edition, you'd also just think that you would make all the original creation, all the DLCs rather for free. Considering the DLCs have been out for so long now, and when they released Game of the Year edition, all the DLCs came with it. You'd think if they released a special edition, all the DLCs would come with it as well. But again, if not, it would be pretty stingy for them to resell them. But I'm just saying, if you were to add another DLC to Fallout 4, I think a lot of people would go out and buy that. What that DLC could look like, I'm not exactly too sure. I think having something... I'd really like to see something to do with Minutemen related stuff. Who knows? I think there are so many more things that they could add into the game as well that aren't just DLC. I think that they could add, make Quincy an actual settlement, like small things like that would be really cool. Again, it'd be really nice, especially if you're a returning player, to come see that maybe the original Fallout 4 world had changed a little bit again in terms of maybe places like Quincy, Concord, etc. maybe all becoming potential, settlements. And what would also be really cool is maybe adding deleted content that never made it into the original game. Like, what I'm talking about is the ability to become Elder, which again, people have turned into a mod. That would be really cool. Imagine if you could, take back a Nuka World with the Minutemen, which ended up becoming a mod as well. That'd be really sick. The deleted vault that was reported, there was reportedly going to be a vault that would actually be underwater, which actually, wasn't into the game. And pretty much this vault, you could actually go do many quests that would be, water type quests. For example, go out and slay what was like a big whale or something like that. It was like a mutated whale. Pretty much the reason why there's not much to do with water in Fallout 4 is because all of the, kind of stuff to do with that was actually all deleted. Again, there was supposed to be an underground vault in water, like in the ocean, that was supposed to be in the game, and there was supposed to be multiple quests attached to it. Imagine if they added that. Imagine if they added the ability to become Elder, the ability to take over Nuka World with the Minutemen. The combat zone, I believe it's what it's called. I can't even remember what it's called, where you find Cape. If they could add the original quests and characters that were supposed to come with that, they could make the game so much bigger, give a reason for people to buy it. If they advertise all the deleted content, which a lot of people have heard, like these deleted content videos have millions of views on YouTube. If you added all of these and put them in the trailer with the ability of like co-op, etc., imagine how much the internet would explode. It'd be like a Fallout 4 2, if you think about it. Like, the game would be so much bigger. There'd be way more reason to play it. So again, if they maybe don't add DLC, but add all the deleted content and stuff back in the game, give more people a reason to download it, plus, the original DLC, maybe make a lot more of the creations free. I think a lot of people, or maybe even just adding the creations to the game, a lot of people have never experienced these creations. That would also be cool. There is a lot of room for Bethesda to work here, and if Fallout 4, if they don't make a special edition, or make a Fallout 4, co-op, which I genuinely believe is coming, I think they will announce it at E3. If they don't, Bethesda is dumb. I think it'd be a hugely missed opportunity by them. And another reason to suggest that this could be happening as well is based on the fact that, Bethesda Austin, who are actually the creators pretty much of Fallout 76, the content has been very slow by them. And considering their company's reportedly like doubled since Fallout 76 came out, the fact that barely any content has been coming out has been very, very odd to me, which makes me think that like a Fallout 3 Remastered and a Fallout 4 Special Edition, either one of them or even maybe both of them, which would be insane. One of them could be potentially coming out. If both of them came out, the internet would explode even more. But I actually don't know. I kind of think a Fallout 4 Special Edition would even maybe even be cooler than a Fallout 3 remaster, because there is so much deleted content that everyone knows about that was supposed to come into Fallout 4 that never made it, which would be really cool to see them add. But of course, I'd very much like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest gaming content, you know, Fallout related content, etc. Don't forget to subscribe to my sports channel and my IRL/long channels if you haven't already. Links for them will all be in the description down below. But as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.